I've tried to have severe cheat meals in the last like 2 months. Like I've tried. You don't now. I'll go through the snack and chip aisle and I'll be like, bro, this does nothing for me, which is insane. Cause I'm the same dude that can knock back the spicy Doritos, all this other stuff.
All right, so I'm at the gym, mid set. We're rounding off the last of our lat day. Almost didn't show up today. I actually took a nap after work before this, but I told myself, hey, if you miss today, yes, I could easily just make it tomorrow, but I'm really trying to break away from my old self. I don't want to leave any room for excuses. I just want to keep a consistent train. And I told myself, like, hey, man, even if you go and the workout isn't what you wanted it to be, it's way better than getting a 0. So right now I'm in my mentality to just operate the standard. I don't want to think like how I used to think, like, well, if it's not going to be good, I might as well not do it. Nope, operate the standard. We need a point on the board because that's what's going to compound over time. In the past, I just didn't understand the value of a day. Like, I didn't realize every day counts. If you take every day I didn't take and then add it up to like who I am trying to be or whatever, that's a lot of points I left on the board. So every day we're just getting better at that. Even today, my macros weren't like crazy bad. Like, they were still fine. Like, I cut down to 2100, but today I went to 22 because I'm just like, dog, I'm exhausted. I need some carbs. And 22 is not bad because my maintenance is like 27 and 28. I'm finding balance, just operating the standard. Timer's about to go off right now, so we're gonna finish this third set of whatever the hell these are. I believe that's the third set, so I got one more. Right now I'm on a 6-day split. Main reason for that is I'm an overthinker. I like to stay a step or two ahead of my thoughts because if I don't, I'm just gonna outthink myself and just sticking with the same plan. So also it's teaching me how to be consistent versus intense. Granted, 6 days is intense, but I am fat as hell. So it's basically just 6 days, but learning what levers to pull to make sure we keep it going. Like yesterday, I think I tried to do chest and like my chest was fried, like the muscle turned off. And I don't mean like, oh, I went to a failure. I mean like, you ever just be pushing, like there's no mind muscle connection, like it's just isn't on right now. So once I hit that point, I was like, all right, I played sports in high school. I know like that's just time to dead it. So I finished that out, knocked out cardio. So I told myself like, hey, keep an eye on how you feel and adjust accordingly. Right now I'm getting a lot of volume in. I'm shooting for 4 sets each workout, each body part. And I usually try to go from 6 to 12. And if I can only get 8, some reps, cool. If I can get 9, boom. I'm just going till I really can't no more without injuring myself and keeping the form as clean as possible. So I did lat pull downs, wide grip. I did the lat pull down wide grip with the handlebars. I really like getting the lats. I like the feel of that. And then we did some rear delt flies. And then we're ending off with whatever, again, I don't know what these are called, but the pulley thing you stand in. After this, we'll go knock out 20 minutes of cardio. I usually fade the Stairmaster. It's real easy to get into the right heart rate with the Stairmaster. But when I'm really, really not feeling it, I'll just do the incline or I'll just walk on the treadmill and try to keep my heart rate within that zone too. Okay, timer just went off. Hit it again. Simple little ass motion. Everywhere, like Tarzan and Jane shit. Alright, just gonna shut it down for back. Nigga use the bathroom and then we're getting on the treadmill. I'm gonna I'm gonna try the incline, the Stairmaster. I'm gonna try the Stairmaster. See y'all in a second. All right. So we're on the Stairmaster. I got a love-hate relationship with the Stairmaster because I know that mug works. I remember like 2019, like that fall, 2019, early 2020, before the pandemic. I remember I used to meal on the Stairmaster like a mug. Actually, I got good at the Stairmaster over the pandemic. I had done like a crazy juice fast for like 14 days, just juice, draw like 30 pounds. And I was feeling good, so I would run and do the Stairmaster every day, like 20, 30 minutes. So my legs got used to it. Then I fell off the wagon for a while. I just didn't have good systems in place. I was trying to abuse the momentum from that crash diet. Almost worked, but the thing I learned about these crash diets and whatnot is when you don't have a system in place, you can't sustain it as life does its thing. So fast forward, 20, before that, 2019, I was on it again. And like, I just told myself like, hey, even if I got to do one on the Stairmaster for like 15 minutes before I could take it up to 2, it is what it is. So Stairmaster for me is you just got to take your time. Give yourself time to adjust because it is kind of brutal. But like I said, it's super easy to get in the right heart rate zone. Like right now, I'm at 132 beats per minute, which is perfect zone 2. So I'm going to just stay right in there. Really want to stay, for me, I'm 6 foot, 6'1", whatever. I know I'm for sure 6 foot. And honestly, even if I was 5'11", I don't care. But based on my weight and height, 6'1", 270, 271 I weighed in the other day. My BPM for zone 2, really 130 to 140 is a good sweet spot. So just staying in that zone where I can talk and I can have a conversation, but I gotta force deep breathing. And yeah, the craziest thing about zone 2 is it doesn't even feel like you're working out. It feels like you're cheating. But I'm not gonna fight science anymore. I've heard from trained fighters. I've heard from trained doctors. I've done a lot of research on zone 2. So, also understanding I'm not in college football or high school football. I don't need to do sprints every goddamn day. This is just for good old fat oxidation. So zone 2 cardio. I'm still at my 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. So I figured, why not talk to y'all? And as you can see, I'm here at Planet Fitness. The workout almost didn't happen, just like I was saying over there. The workout almost didn't happen. Also, by the way, I think I'm just going to keep on doing this thing where I do a real vlog where I actually document throughout the workout, things like that. It's just you got to keep your low key at Planet Fitness. I think that's why I got a different gym membership. Because the other day I signed up for 24-hour fitness. And I was like, why do I need that? The thing is with Planet Fitness, I think it's always good to keep it in your back pocket as far as gyms because they're almost everywhere. And like 3-4 years ago, a lot of them were new. So like the showers and bathrooms are still pretty clean. But Planet Fitness is going to be your fail safe. Like you can still get a good pump in Planet Fitness. They actually got free weights now, which is absolutely insane. So it's like, naturally you get stronger. You're going to need some free weights to help with more taxing exercises. But I say all that to say, Planet Fitness is just kind of, iffy when it comes to recording. So 24 on the other hand, I can record and bring the tripod stick and everything. So I think I'm gonna incorporate that into like my gym bag flow, is knowing like, hey, if you bring the tripod, you can record, things like that. Also, about these trash ass mics off the TikTok shop, they technically work, but they're worth every single cent of the $18.99 I paid for them. I wanted them to be better quality, but it's one of those things that, all right, as I listen to the playback from my last thing on these, I can see where those mics would have been better because they have some noise cancellation. So you can just hear the sound of my voice and not whatever the hell is playing here. And yeah, zone two is you should still be able to have a conversation and do the workout. Uh, that's another thing is like, as a former fat nigga, I gotta watch my mouth for this YouTube demonetizing. As a former fat person, um, I used to just think like the random knowledge I had over the internet was enough to get it done. And realistically, it's like, yeah, if it was, I would have did it and got it done and been down and weight and everything. But we live in a sea of information. So the caveat is if you're looking for the best drop of water in the ocean, where do you start? You got to have somebody to help you navigate the water. So I think in the last 8 months is the first time I've actually like buckled down and bought into coaching. And the biggest thing for me with coaching was just getting the outside perspective and accountability. Like I come from the sports world, so I'm okay with coaching to an extent. I just didn't think that I was so fat that I had to pay somebody to help me out till I got so fat that I had to pay somebody to help me out. And I can say for sure, coaching helps me stay out of my own head, helps me from spiraling. Cause as somebody who, pretty much, I was telling my wife, shoot, like, yeah, you had an eating disorder. And I know what eating disorder was. I was like, nah, that's like, where I'm from, that's called white people shit. I'm like, nah, I ain't got no damn eating disorder. Like, that's crazy. But it was like, all right, have a bad day. I'm stressed out. Milkshake starts talking to me like the Green Goblin mask. And I just think it's okay. And I knew it was a problem because I get to a point where I would order some food, eat a cup of it, toss it out, and just be like, why did I eat that? And then I'm like, okay, I feel guilty for eating the food. Now I feel even worse because I wasted the money. Now I'm even more worse the next day because I'm like, I shouldn't have did that. Now I got to go work it off in the gym. So I want to say one of the biggest things I'm learning too is just, it's not a one-to-one between the gym and food. Food is its own thing. The gym is its own thing. I kept thinking like, oh, I go to food for pleasure and then I go to the gym to punish myself. That's probably why I was having like adversity when it comes to being consistent. Now it's like, hey, food is fuel. I can make it taste good, but it's just fuel, Like I'm repairing the relationship I have with carbs, cause I done did every diet. Carbs was my boogeyman. I used to be terrified of carbs. I'm like, mind you, I was big as a house, still am, just a smaller house. But I'd be like, no, I can't eat pasta. That's bad for you. It's got carbs. Let me get a number 7, extra fries, curly, double up on the soda. So like I was using the illusion of because I'm not doing super fat shit, I'm not that fat. And so understanding now, like, hey, you could eat carbs. They just got to be healthy and whole. Like this is the longest I've eaten rice and lost weight and been happy in a long time. Cause a lot of the times when I would look at diets, I'd be like, damn, how the hell I'm gonna do this without carbs? Like carbs are everywhere. Now I know it's like, hey, if you do clean carbs plus balanced meals, you could be all right. Like you don't have to hate yourself. Cause like realistically, I'm like eating healthy ain't even that bad. Like I can eat rice. I eat rice, I eat beans, I eat chicken, I eat vegetables. I'm like, I be eating full plates. Like I be eating good, man. And I'm still getting used to it. That's why I think tracking was so important for me. Because I did tracking, but I did it from the standpoint of I'm gonna just do it to get to the destination and throw it away. And that's always been my mindset when I did diets or lost weight in the past. It was I'm gonna get to the goal, and that way I can get back to doing me, and I could never keep the weight off. It wasn't until recently that I finally understood what it meant of you have to change your identity. I used to identify as like that football player who could eat whatever he wants, or I'm a bigger dude who didn't want to be small because I got teased when I was younger and stuff. Also the oh, if I get too small, I'm gonna look too skinny and weak. And it's like, all that stuff is just BS noise in your head. Now I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to lose weight to just get there. I want my new lifestyle to maintain a standard of 15% body fat. So before I used to just want to lose weight, slimmer face and be cool. But now it's like, shit, I want to look good naked. And now I know what that looks like. It's like, hey, a lean physique, that's doable. Sure, it requires discipline, but I've just accepted life requires discipline. Shout out to Kaido from One Piece, because he said it. If it requires discipline, let me just make discipline a daily habit, because that's one of the biggest things I was learning while, I was running my business. It's just like everything operates off structure. The sun is out when the sun's out, the moon is out when the moon's out. Flowers do what they do in the daytime, do what they do in the nighttime. So nature is discipline, my body's disciplined. My organs are disciplined. I'm the one that's not being disciplined, and it was causing the chaos. I said it before in the other video, like I wanted all this variety in my diet, and I got to wear a variety of different sizes versus like, hey, if I'm disciplined, it gives me more freedom. Like when I finally understood, when I heard insulin sensitivity, I'm thinking like, oh, that just means I gotta like watch it for a little bit. You get down to 15% body fat, now your body is sensitive to insulin because it knows that all this energy is going to building muscle because you move all the time. That's why, your skinny friends or your lean friends could eat a burger or do this. And you feel like, man, every time we go out, they eat dumb stuff. But in private, they are way more disciplined than me and you. In private, they probably still go to the gym. 99% of the time, they still watch their macros, eat healthy. So, yeah, this is one-off time they hang out with my 100-pound thousand life. It's not going to throw them overboard. So I used to think that, oh, it's not fair. They can do it. Why not me? It's like, well, bro, you didn't put in the work to look like them all the time. Once you start being disciplined consistently, then you get the freedom to be like, all right, I could go out for dinner and maybe order a little something and it's not going to throw me all the way off. And even with that, it's also getting to the point where I just don't care to do that. Like, I used to be very afraid of like, when they say lifestyle change, I'm like, well, what will I get pleasure from if I can't eat my Jack in the Box meals with extra curly fries and 7 tacos? It's like, motherfucker, you can just, one, enjoy how you look, go talk to a therapist, journal, find a new hobby. Like, there's way more pleasure to life than just food. And I had to start really understanding that myself. Like, hey, I want a normal, and I'm willing to get to that normal of 15%, no more year round. And I'm okay with sacrificing where I used to get pleasure from. Because at the end of the day, like, the freedom that I feel like I have with food is just me coping with the fact that I'm not free to enjoy my body the way I want to. Like, I'm gonna be honest, being fat be fucking up the fits. I dress like a mug, you feel me? I got fits on deck, but I'll have it in my head because I'm like, yeah, I'm still imagining my body when I was like in high school. I throw the mug on. I'm like, why is this shit so rounded? And I'm like, oh, that's my balloon belly. Okay, got it. So yeah, it's like I'd rather enjoy the benefits of discipline. And also, you know what it is, man? Being able to keep your word to yourself. Also, I'm at 140 beats per minute, so let me slow that down. Being able to keep your word to yourself, man, I didn't understand how big a part that plays in it. Like, when you constantly make promises to yourself and you break them, that joint messes with your confidence in everywhere. Because I always said it like for years. I was like, man, I'm a confident dude, don't get me wrong, but I felt like when I was younger, I had unshakable confidence. Like, just, oh, damn, I cracked my phone when? Damn it, it's the screen for the whatever. We'll get that fixed. But I used to have like, I just remember feeling a lot more certain. And I was like, it's not just because I was younger. That's dumb. Like, I'm more knowledgeable now. Like, the confidence should have been grown. But even still, I feel like something's off. And because I kept telling myself like all I needed was a handsome face, I just never looked at, hey, maybe your weight is playing a part in this. And then finally, when I started really buying into the lifestyle and identity change, I was like, damn, all that time, all these years, I told myself I'm gonna get fit, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and didn't do it. My subconscious mind was keeping a tally like, hey, we can't trust ourselves because you say stuff you don't do. Cause like people would be like counting on me in leadership positions. I'd be like, why am I nervous? And it's all like, I know how to do this. There'd be times where I'd be like, man, I'm just super doubting myself. And I'd still do it because I learned how to act despite of. And then after I do it, I'm like, dog, I'm really good at what I do. But it's just because I've made so many promises to myself with fitness that I just haven't kept. And now that like I'm being consistent, I'm tracking again. This is 3 months that I lost weight before, like, obviously I'm on my 6-day split. I lost like 28 pounds just off the diet. Like that was incredible to me. I was like, damn, I didn't have to crash diet. I didn't have to throw up. Not that I throw up or anything like that. I didn't have to eat toothpicks. I just had an eating window and some form of discipline, you know? I still had a cheat meal here and there. And it was okay. Like I learned how to stop binging and just being like, hey, learn how to get food on whole foods. So losing that 30, I was just like, bro, I'm looking at these other transformations where people who lost 40 pounds of just pure fat and they added working out. I'm like, okay. That's another thing. If you was big as hell starting like me, sorry, I don't know why. Apple Watch is just dumb. Like, why would you cut off my video? But yeah, I was like, if you was big as hell like me starting off, like over 28% body fat, just get ready to lock in for a year. You're not going to be ready for the coming summer. Just don't even set yourself up for failure. Just get ready for a year. So, I thought to myself recently, I was like, bro, how much farther would I be if I've been as consistent as I was with the food, which was my number one enemy, and added in the working out and the macro counting? I was like, bro, I probably would have dropped 50 pounds. What? So this month I started tracking my macros, and it's like, man, it's such an eye opener when you see how easy it is to overeat, but also how much food you get to eat that's healthy. Like the amount of rice you need or that you can eat is a lot. I mean, a lot. I used to think, oh, you need to just fill up the plate. It's like, it don't really take you that much to get full. So like my plates usually look like veggies, a protein, and some carbs, and maybe like rice cakes or some Greek yogurt. I'll be full. Not full like I hated myself, but full like this was a good meal. Like I don't need no junk food. Like I can think about other stuff in the day. Full like I got energy. Like I'm cool. Full like, hey, I'm still full for lunch. I might just have a protein shake and a banana type full. And like I was just like, damn. All I have to do is just the same sustainable living, tracking, weighing, sticking to my macros, and I'm guaranteed success. Like it's so much like simpler when you just have the math in place and you stop negotiating with reality. Like now I'm excited because like for sure in 6 months from here, it's gonna be over for like it's up. But even just in 3 months, I'm like, bro, I drop another 30 pounds of fat. Like the fits. I'll be taking selfies for no reason. So that's what's exciting. And then just like knowing like, hey, I don't have to eat in a deficit forever. Like I'm gonna be able to eat at maintenance healthily and be jacked. Hold on, I gotta cut back and see you guys in the car.
All right, so we made it back to the house, workout complete. I'm proud of myself. I think I'm very proud of myself. I think I almost just said the same thing again, but I woke up this morning and I was like, damn, I'm really doing what I'm saying I'm gonna do. Like every day I'm getting it done, and that's good for me. Like I'm also on a journey of I don't give a fuck about any other lane but mine. My lane looks good right now. I'm doing what I say I'm going to do. I'm fixing mental loops and cycles and replacing them with better systems. And I finally feel like stuff is sustainable. Just FYI, I'm not saying this because, oh, I learned it while everything was going great. It's been ugly than fugly the last 8 months. That's why I'm like, dude, if I'm getting it done while stuff is ugly fugly, imagine when things are going good. And that's just life, you know what I'm saying? So, realizing like now's the best time has been the biggest thing for me. I still look at my body in the mirror every day because I'm like, man, I could just see it, coming. But also just understanding like, hey, I have to find that balance of I'm not working out to get it overnight. I'm working every day because I know the bricks add up down the line. But I just got back to the house. I'm about to put together these clips. And yeah, that's what I'm just going to do is just keep documenting my journey, my insights, what I'm learning and putting on camera, just being me. And again, when I say former fat person, it's because I don't identify as that anymore. I don't even care if y'all think I'm bragging or whatever. I just don't care anymore. But yeah, I've tried to have severe cheat meals in the last like 2 months. Like I've tried. Now I'll go through the snack and chip aisle and I'll be like, bro, this does nothing for me, which is insane. Cause I'm the same dude that can knock back the spicy Doritos, all this other stuff. And it's just all like, I think my brain is really on some, hey, that's just not who we are anymore. Like, I get it. I would have did that, but that's just not me. Like in high school, there's some stuff I would have done, but it's like, bro, I'm not in high school. And that's been the biggest cool thing is just like proving it to myself every day that I am becoming that best version of myself. And I'm actively a better version than who I used to be. And there's separation now that I could visibly see. So that's it. I'm gonna put these clips together. And you know what? I'm not gonna go for the pretty production quality. I'm gonna just put it together. That way I can keep the content rolling. I really don't like editing, so these clips are gonna go yoink, yoink, and yoink. And yeah, we're gonna roll like that. Shout out to y'all for checking me out.